Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Crafty Crow Show. Today's video is going to be something short. I told you in the last video I wasn't going to show you the putting the wax on the spoke shave, but I lied. Actually, I wasn't going to, but I'm wanting to show off something, and it's not mine, but I want to show it off. I've got some things here that John done. John is 18 and a half, whatever. He's doing vocational school. He's decided he wanted to go to the trades, which is an awesome thing because the trades need a lot of people in it. You know, you don't have to go get a 4-year degree and go off to law school or something. People's got to build stuff, right? And John had no interest really in going to college in that sense. So he decided he wanted to be a welder. And I'm all for it because, you know, he can teach me how to weld too. But he's got creative. This year, he's getting pretty good at the welding, but he's got creative and he's made some things here that I think he's going to give his gifts. So don't tell nobody. And I'm not going to tell who they're for, but and he might get mad at me showing it. But it's bare metal and it needs some kind of coating. So today's video, I'm going to quit talking. It's going to show you right quick how we're going to treat this metal in an old-fashioned way like the old blacksmiths used to, and protect it from rust. Stick with us, come with us. Let's take a look at John's stuff here and see how to protect it. So, you know, first off, of course, got to have coffee this morning. We've got the beeswax, because that's what we're going to use for the coating. Got the beeswax melting in the crock pot. And, you know, you've seen the spoke shave. Well, here's John's things. And there's one other thing that I cannot show you, and it's freaking awesome. Be watching on the channel. I will try to, when it gives us a gift, I will try to show you this gift and let you know in one of the posts or whatever I do on the channel. But it's awesome. It's an anniversary present. So first off, he's got dispensing some metal, and these are ring holders. You can put a ring over this thing of rebar, and that holds your rings. Plus, there's a little tray you can put other stuff. So for jewelry. And then here, we had some railroad cross ties that come from over there, and it come from Papaw. So yeah, don't jump on me. I didn't go steal cross ties off the railroad. They were already up there. Who knows how Papaw got them. But just a plate of steel, and trimmed them off. You can see, oh, that was loud. You can see some of the weld jobs and stuff there. He's just welded them on the backside, ground it down, and these are going to be used is like coat hangers. Pretty neat ideal. I think it looks pretty cool. So he made 2 of those and 2 of these others. Like I said, he's going to give for gifts, but this is just bare steel. We have to coat this with something. So let's get to doing that, and I'll show you just kind of the technique the old blacksmithers used to use back years ago before we had all these other protectants. So here's the plan along with the spoke shave, like I said, because this needs coated. It's still got some of that Japanning on it, but it's definitely going to need coated, especially if he's going to take it out in the woods. This is not the most durable coating, I know, but it's usually kind of a cool technique and something you can do. It actually, kind of how stain does wood, this will bring out some color in the metal and stuff, and it looks pretty cool. So we have our items to be, coated. It's coffee. It's not started working yet. Our items to be coated. Just got a brush, any old brush should do. We've got the beeswax melting. This is actually some of the wax left over when I make candles. So I'm starting to smell that, and it's nice. It's nice. But it ain't gonna hurt nothing. This just got some sin in it. Other than that, it's 100% beeswax. And what we have to do, take a torch. And I hope I've got enough propane left in this old torch. But take a torch, just heat the metal up some. You don't have to get it red hot or anything. It's think of cast iron. Think like cast iron. You just heat it up enough, kind of open the pores up in the metal some so it will accept this. So you'll heat it up, then you'll just, I keep messing with that, don't I? You'll just paint the beeswax on and let it dry, and then you'll polish it. Pretty simple. So let me get you down here on the bench, let you watch what's going on. So getting this party started, I'm not going to get this any more hot than what this glove can handle to hold. So you're not getting it super hot, like I said, but if you don't have a glove or something, just get you something to hold on to the metal. And I've got that there just in case. But what better way to work on a bushcraft tool than with my own bushcraft gloves, right? The first thing, let's heat this up. I'm only going to put a glove on this one hand because, you know, I've got to use this other one to brush it on. So this is one of my favorite things. I love these. Love those. So I'm going to light this way just because it's the way I want to. Let's turn the gas on. And we'll get it as low as we can because, like I said, we don't need a ton of heat. And we'll just heat this up a little bit. Like I said, it don't take much. You ain't got to heat it up like fire and brimstone. Then I'll just switch this around. And I can feel through that glove I might have even put too much heat into this because it's already starting to heat up on my glove. But that's the point of wearing the glove and the point of having something to set it on. That's not flammable like a wood desk. So then all we do is just paint that on. You ain't going to put too much. You can probably see that smoking some. So yeah, I got that a little warm, but that, I don't know, that's about the right temperature. This little thing ain't going to hold too much heat anyway. Painting the soles okay. That beeswax, that's what a lot of people back in the day would use on their plain soles. They would just scoot some beeswax over it. That helps it slide through the wood fibers a little better. And as you can see, I mean, I've not even dipped my brush back in. It don't take much to coat this. And with this metal hot, that beeswax won't melt as quick, so you can spread a little more. But that's it. Woo, can you hear that wind and all those leaves outside? So that's all for that. I mean, I'll let it cool off and then I'll show you wiping it off here in a minute, but let's get to these other parts and pieces of this, and that's all we'll have to do. While we're waiting on this to dry, we'll go ahead and start on these others. That way they can all start drying too, and let's do polishing at the end. But what I'm laughing at, I'm dangerous with the torch. I've already about melted you guys once or twice. Just not paying attention to where I'm pointing the tip. That's all I need is to melt my GoPro. I mean, that would be awesome, right? So we're just gonna heat this up. We're not even going to spend as much time as we did on the other ones, and then we'll get to painting. But yeah, just wanted to bring you back, tell you I've about burnt you up a few times. And let me show you something else. You can see right here, as soon as I brushed the wax on, let me do it over on this side. As soon as I brush it on, it's drying. That's okay. You can do this either way. You can preheat the metal or just take the torch over it after it's on there, and that will help it spread out some stuff too. So I just didn't heat the metal up enough. But I mean, that's okay. It don't matter. You can get that, and you can actually push that around with the torch some. If you don't turn it too far upside down, it don't want to work. And hopefully you can see how that's kind of spreading it out. But it's a couple ways to apply it, but there's no really wrong way as long as you get it on there and get those pores opened up on the metal. But I just wanted to show you that little trick in case that happened to you. Now here's one of the completed hangers. I've just, the places that, actually what I've done to save on wax, because it won't take much at all. If it has dried, I've heated it up and that's let it melt down a little bit and then brush that on. Same thing with all the spikes here. So find your technique. It's not hard. Like I said, just find your technique and what works for you. If you had a heat gun A heat gun would be awesome to use on this. You wouldn't have to have that open flame, but I don't have a heat gun. So there's a completed one, and you can see, hopefully, the difference. I mean, it doesn't change it a lot, but you can see how shiny some of these are and stuff now. And then after we polish up, it'll be a little more shiny, but doesn't change the look too much from that to that. But I mean, a little shinier, and it's protected, and that's all we're going for. All right, let's get these other ones finished up, and we'll do a little polishing. Now, after you've got, we'll start back with the plane. After you've got that done, a wash rag will be okay, piece of paper towel, because paper towel is made from wood. It's got little fibers in it that'll help scrub it off better. But whatever you want to use, and if you've not got it on too thick, it won't take too long to wipe off. If it is kind of thick, yeah, that's all right. I can feel this now. It's just starting to, it's just starting to come off. So just set and polish on it, get all that excess off. This thing, it wouldn't hurt to leave it on. And then as Jason uses it, I mean, these gloves I treated with, I think I painted some beeswax on these to kind of waterproof them. So it wouldn't hurt it. I could even rub these with these gloves, and it would help the gloves. But even with use, it's going to rub it off. It will help give it a little bit better grip. So I won't totally polish this off. But I mean, you can see it's not that much of a difference. But it's just giving that thin layer, that thin layer of wax on it to help protect it against the elements. This is something you would have to do every so often. That's one of the downfalls about the old treatments. You have to apply them a little bit more. But you should be looking over your equipment and taking care of it like that anyway, so it shouldn't be a big deal. It's just like using the linseed oil or tung oil or something on your tool handles if you have wood tools. So yeah, that's about all there is to protect it. Just get some of your metal stuff, if you want to do kind of a traditional way. And I think the blacksmiths would, after they would quench the metal while it's still good and hot, they would, put the beeswax stuff on at the end. That's what gave that dark look to a lot of that blacksmith items and things. Besides just the natural darkness stuff that comes with the forging process. It's fun to experiment with some of this old stuff and see how it reacts, because when you really get to something old or something, if you want to restore it like we do a lot of times here on the channel, you kind of know what coatings to put, what traditional things to put, and just makes it a little more traditional, right? So anyway, I thought you'd want to come and see how that process worked. I'm going to get to work on the rest of this stuff for John, and we'll call it a day. But you don't have to sit here and look through all that. Quick, easy process, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed just watching it and hanging out with me for a few minutes. So, thank you for stopping by. The wind closed the door on me. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come back and see us next week. I'd really like to thank all of you for all your continued support, and look forward to the end of the year and the new year coming, and what else awaits us. So until next time, love one another as the good Lord tells you. We'll see you guys on the next video.